Hi, welcome to another week. I am super excited to be here. I'm super excited to have you tuning in. Thank you so much. And yeah, my name is Kayla, and I am a women's health and fitness coach, specializing in hormonal and digestive health as well as female focused fitness. And I'm here for another weekly recap in both building business and a booty. My coach and I just ended a very long year of back and forth with prepping for a show, having it get canceled, then changing our sites and trying to adjust for the end of the year. And I really got to a point where I said, listen, I am 100% taking responsibility for really prioritizing other things than the photo shoot or whatever we were trying to kind of make up for not being able to do our show over in June. And I am really passionate about a lot of things. So we have a couple shows planned for next year, and we are going for pro status. We're going for the pro card, and I'm super excited about it. And as I go into this next growth phase for muscle development from now until roughly, I don't know, I'd say probably maybe June. Um, I am also in the process of building my business, and I am so lit up and excited about both of them. And there are a lot of similarities with growth just in general, whether it's for fitness competitor level pro physiques, or a business that really changes lives. There are so many similarities in both of those, in the tools needed and used, in the strengths that are developed and progress and required to just do all the things. Um, and I am so passionate about helping women live lives that really just light them up. Um, and a big piece of that is, you know, I took notes to try and also be organized and say all the things that I wanted to say. And I feel like I just got so tongue tied, and I'm trying to be really honest and real. And this is part of it. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase. Um, I can't script it. So I am working through growing my muscles, and a lot of that is growth and progress doesn't just happen in any sort of area, whether it's fitness goals, whether it's business goals, whether it's life goals, whatever it is. It doesn't happen unless um, you take into account all of the pieces. So um, the first big piece for me in any sort of growth project that I'm working on is to take care of my health, because that's where it all starts from. And health physically, mentally, and emotionally. And as I grow the dedication and the accountability and all of the tools needed to build a pro level physique that comes into stage and smashes it out of the park, it's the same tools that I am using to also build this business that I am so lit up by, that I want to help impact thousands and thousands of women, just because I think that we all are here to live lives that light us up. I don't feel like anyone should be living a life that is boring or mundane or they don't get excited about. I'm not saying we have to be overjoyed, over the moon all of the time. We need the lows to appreciate the highs, and we should still have some sort of place that really gives us joy. I started on my health and fitness journey so that I could have a place of reprieve to let go of some of the internal buzzing and the stress and all of the things. And I really fell in love with it, and it was something that brought me a lot of joy and excitement. And I have continued that, close to 13 years. And it's just been an incredible journey of excitement and joy, and always been a place where I have found my confidence, where I have been able to build who I am, and in that I have also found a direction to be in a life that I am so unbelievably excited about and lit up about and grateful for, and all of the things. And I want that for everyone. So I work with women in their health and fitness to help them build up the most critical part of starting to have that whole life, that whole vision that they have. Because it is taking care of our health. So in my coaching programs, whether it's one-to-one, whether it's my group coaching experience, we go into emotional stuff. We go into mental health. We also work on the physical with the exercises and the nutrition and all that kinds of things. But we take into all of the pieces so that things not only like happen, but they stay. So you move through plateaus, you can reach your fitness goals and keep them for the long term. Because like, I don't know about any of you, but I started also, in addition to needing some stress relief, I was part of the like just want to be smaller movement, or not really movement, but like that, the group of us that just wanted to be a size smaller, the ones that like, yeah, kind of wanted the abs, but grew up with a lot of stuff in our face about like little waists and teeny tiny. And that was another part of me that came into the fitness journey. And so that's the part of me that got really obsessed with like burnout, because I was working out too much and I wasn't giving my body rest and I wasn't eating it properly and I wasn't fueling myself or like giving myself nutrition or anything like that. That's where that came from. And over the years, I have moved from that into realizing that like I want to be able to function. I want to be able to like rearrange my whole office and not really have to worry about it, or like worry about like pulling my back or not being able to lift stuff or move stuff. Like basic things. I'm not open to never asking for help, but like I like to do stuff on my own. We're independent women. So, I want to be able to just have good mobility, not necessarily wake up with a bunch of aches and pains. Or if I do feel a little stiff, know that I have a couple things that I can do, and then it's gone for, however long. And that is why I continue working in addition to really going after that pro card. And so yeah, that's a little bit about all of my backstories. And so back to my week. So I have started this podcast, or not podcast. Maybe I should also just put this audio on a podcast. So what do you guys think? Would you like to keep watching the videos, or is this also something that you would be really interested in hearing through like podcast style? Because I kind of go back and forth between the two. So I'm curious. Leave it in the comments, or shoot me a DM on Instagram. My handle will be in the description. And so anyways, there are a lot of similarities between both building my business and building the muscle growth and development and a pro level physique. And I feel like this is something that is just not talked about enough. So I really am here to just be really open and vulnerable and share more light about that. And so if you have any specific questions, drop them in the comments or shoot me a DM. I would really love to hear from you, and I feel that this will also just open the door for a lot of the reality of it. I feel like if there's something that my experience can help you with, then I am more than happy to share. And that is for all areas of my life, which through the series, or through this, documentation series, I'll have a lot of stuff. So if you have questions, if anything resonates, I'm here. I would love to have a conversation with you. I genuinely just am here to help you build a life that lights you the fuck up. So let's go into my week, this last week. And it has been a lot of, there's this like experiment that I've been running, kind of, quote unquote. If I end up turning this into a podcast and you can't see me doing the air quotes. There's this like mindset that I've been having, or thought process, when I maybe don't necessarily want to do something, or I'm on the fence about doing something, or like just staying in bed or like taking a nap or whatever. And it's, what would the version of me that I'm wanting to create do? Like, what would my future self want me to have done? What is she going to help her most, or what is she going to be most appreciative that I do? And it sounds really easy, right? Sounds super easy. Like, yeah, sure, of course, Kayla. It is not. It is simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. So it's something that I've been on and off practicing for a long time. And I would say this last year, especially, has been pretty consistent. So when I when I used to start new tools or tricks or habits, I would try and do it like 100% and be on it all the time, and then it would fizzle out really fast. And I have had a lot of grace with myself in the process of really stepping into this newer, up-leveled part of me, or this newer part of me in this life that I am wanting to really step into. And it's been a really cool experience. But it also has times where it feels really depleting. So, like, if I have a launch, or if I'm like promoting, I did a power class last month, and I got really excited about it, and I showed up and I was here, and then I just felt so drained and exhausted. And it was an incredible experience to like really step into her and really feel what it was all like. But then I would just have these days where I would wake up and it would be so hard to step in. And it was like between showing up as her in business and showing up as her as a pro athlete, with like getting all my routines in and doing all of the biking and the extra cardio and all the things. I was at the tail end of before I made the decision to really move into a growth phase. And I woke up some mornings and it just was like I was so just blah or numb or just like void of any sort of like excitement about things that I was so excited about the other day. And it was really frustrating to me at first. And then I also have really been mindful about building a morning practice that is helpful. And I have tried to build a morning practice for the better part of 2.5 years. Like, since I pretty much started, I went full time with really building into this business. Everybody talks about a morning practice, how all of these high level people have these morning practices and they're so great. And they are super great. And starting with them can be a lot. So there's like 1,000 different tools people use, and there's like 10 different ways to do each of them. And it's like, if I do all of these, I'm going to spend literally all of my day in a morning practice. I don't have time for that. I have a very busy schedule. I don't have time to do all of these things. And so I have tested and tried and dabbled and like just kind of sampled a lot of them. And that is something that I really encourage you to do. If you're wanting to integrate some more things into your morning practice, maybe just start with like writing the ones that you really like down and putting them all in a hat and just picking them. And if you get really excited about whatever one you picked, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Like, you can do it or decide whatever one you wanted is the one you're gonna do. But anyway, so building these morning routines have been really, really critical in helping me to continue to get excited about showing up as her. And I have to say that is something that I've really taken away like a lot of gratitude for the time that I've given to recognize which practices or which tools I'm needing to use in the mornings, or which ones I'm needing to use if I have a moment where I really feel I need to just make that shift into thinking with her mind, or being in that mindset, or asking myself the questions that she would ask, all that kind of stuff. And just keeping myself accountable in a way that is going to make her excited or proud. I really I'm proud of my past self for a lot of the things that I've done to be in this place, and I want to continue that. Not that I don't have things that I don't learn from. I do. I'm very human. I have a lot of learning experiences that I really take ownership for, and am in the process of making sure that we do them different. So, with all of that being said, before I get on a super tangent, I feel that it is really, excuse me, so that's kind of what I'm coming back to after practicing it very recently, for the last week or so, and the last day or two have been really much more low key, and I've stepped in more than I did on my really bad slump day. And today I also woke up in a way where I was like, okay, I have to record this YouTube thing. I really wanted to do it on Tuesday, but we're doing it today, and that's okay too. And so still making sure that I get in my morning practices and the tools that I know are going to help me show up. So that is really what my biggest takeaway from this week is. And if this is something that is really helpful for you, or you have questions about it, or you have questions about any of the tools and practices that I have found really helpful, or different ones that I've tried to give you a sample platter suggestion list, hit me up, comment below, shoot me in the DMs. And yeah, so that is my week. I will see you next week. Also this past week, if you guys are not on my Instagram or following me there, my other half and I also started a YouTube channel, and I'm going to put that link down below so you can head over there and watch us too. We're going to be doing it on Sundays, and I'm really excited for that as well. Yeah, so I really hope that you have a great week, and I will see you next time.